Listeners beware. Get ready to choose your own scare.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Nightmare on Fear Street, the R.L. Stine podcast. I'm your host, Zach, and today we're going to try something different. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to be choosing some adventures. Why not with my good friend over here?
Marcus, is that... Did I do it right?
Yeah,
Did
that
I do okay?
Yeah.
Yay!
So we have Marcus on the show from the Now Try This podcast, and it's a really good show. What's your podcast about, Marcus?
So on my podcast, my friend and I get together and we give each other challenges to try. And the challenge is something that we personally love and we want the other person to also hopefully love. And then we get together on the podcast and talk about it.
Sweet. I've listened to a lot of your episodes. My favorite so far has been the Die Hard episode where you guys discussed all about one of my favorite action movies.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You were telling me that you used to live around there, right?
Yeah, I used to live in Century City, and that's where the Fox Plaza is. Or I might be getting all the places over there sound familiar. So I lived there for about 2 years, and the Nakatomi building was literally at my doorstep.
That's so cool.
So
I'm so jealous.
Every Christmas, I would watch Die Hard and then look out the window and see the building. And, oh, God, I actually really wish I could have, toured that building. Because then, they would throw me out for, trying to jump into the air vents.
They didn't give tours of that building? I would think that's something they would do.
Not that I went to. I was stupid and I didn't think that they gave tours. They probably do. I probably could still go right now and hop in one of the air vents.
I know you can walk into any building and just ask if they give a tour. Even if they don't, they can't really kick you out. They can just, say, hey, you're not welcome here. Please leave. And
or I could just walk in, take out the security guard and pretend everything's normal.
Do it Die Hard style.
Yeah, do it they're just taking my own private tour. That's how you do it.
That's exactly how John McClane would do it.
Yo, want to do a tour? Bam, bam. No, but then I'd have to go in with a really awful British German accent. And try so hard.
Like Hans Gruber?
Hans Gruber, yeah.
Hans Gruber. Apparently on this show, no one could speak German, so they kind of dubbed it later. But in the theatrical release, it was just gibberish.
Yeah, no, I've heard that. Though, I wouldn't help myself, because did you ever watch the Bob's Burgers episode with Die Hard the Musical?
No. Yes, I did. Yes.
They did Working Girl and Die Hard the Musical?
Yes, I remember.
I'm Hans Gruber and I'm Groob and... So that's what would end up happening, and then I'd get thrown out of the building.
I would love that. Please do that and live stream it. Thank you very much.
Periscope, I will. I'll make sure that they say that Marcus sent me, and who's Marcus?
Good. They'll know. I'm enough of a celebrity, right?
Yeah, no, but I'll just walk in. Marcus sent me. Oh, Marcus. Oh, okay. Sorry, right this way to the private suite, to the bank vault.
I go by one name, and it's not even a good name like Prince or something. It's just generic ass Marcus. I don't have a last name or a middle name.
No, they'll know. They'll just put me in the vault. That's what just happens. And probably when they open up that vault in there, it automatically just plays Ode to Joy.
Oh yes, Ode to Joy. That's a great moment. Okay.
Okay. So Marcus.
Yeah.
How familiar are you with Goosebumps or Choose Your Own Adventures?
I love me some Goosebumps. I'm quite familiar with Choose Your Own Adventures, and I'll tell you why quickly, because when I was in elementary school, I used to have to do book reports, as I'm sure many of your listeners had to do, and I would cheat on the book reports and use a Choose Your Own Ending book, and then purposefully choose a short ending, so that way I could write the book reports faster and get through them.
I feel like I would want to read those book reports and see how bad you BS'd. I think it'd be probably worse than college. So
oh God, yes.
You die and that's the end, and then you have to make that stretch out for 10 pages.
That's exactly it. I remember one distinctly. There was one where it was the first choice in the book was do you choose to go outside or do you stay home? And I was stay home. And then it's you decide to stay home and finish your homework. You do not find out what was outside, and you live a happy life, or something like that. It was you
Nerd.
basically you miss the whole adventure. And I was easiest book report of all time. And that's it. That was my book report. And teacher was like, is that really the book you read? And I'm like, yeah, look. And I showed her the book, and she's like, wow, that's a lot of pages to say such a small amount of things. And I was like, well, I mean, don't blame me. Blame R.L. Stein.
It's awful. But I guess we got to thank R.L. Stein for making book reports easier.
Thank you, R.L. Stein. I appreciate you.
So are you ready to see this book that we're going to be doing?
I am ready.
Because you have no clue what we're doing. This is the first.
Yes, so this is a surprise. I have no idea what book we're doing.
Okay, so this week we are doing Alone in Snakebite Canyon.
Oh my gosh. What is that? I have to look up the cover.
Go look up the cover. You can explain the cover.
Okay. So on the cover, it's typical give yourself goosebumps template. Choose from over 20 scary endings. And it's just a picture of a rattlesnake. And it says, Alone in Snakebite Canyon.
Do you want to hear what this adventure is going to be? What you're about to get yourself into?
Yeah, I want to hear what this is about.
Shake, rattle, and run. Want to fly like an eagle? Better yet, want to be an eagle? Or a bear? Or a fish? Then check out the souvenir shop in Snakebite Canyon. They've got a pair of dried up snake eyes with the power to turn you into a real animal. Maybe you'd like to buy a map to the lost gold mine. You could strike it rich, or you could be attacked by a giant kid-eating spider. The choice is yours with 20 scary endings. Readers beware. Prepare to choose your own scare.
Is this like a Westworld type thing? Are we going to Westworld?
I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but I feel like by the end you just feel bad about yourself.
R.L. Stein invented Westworld. You heard it here first, guys.
Unfortunately, I would love that to happen, but Westworld was actually in the 70s.
Hey, R.L. Stein, he was alive back then, I think, right? I don't know how old he is.
Well, he invented Inception.
Oh, yes. I heard about that on your other episode.
So are you ready to get into this?
I am so ready.
So for all the listeners that have never listened to another Give Yourself Goosebumps episode, we're going to be doing it where Marcus over here will be choosing the past. I'm going to be reading the book out, and we're going to be making funny comments. And we're going to try to get through as far as this book as possible. But if we get 2 endings, unfortunately, we're going to be alone in Snakebite Canyon, forever alone.
This is scary because I am a gamer, and as a gamer, I want to get the best ending possible. So, wish me luck.
You ready?
Yes.
Quit it, Pete, you yell at your older brother for the zillionth time. I know you're not my partner. I made you jump, admit it, Peter says. You scowl. You're feeling a little jumpy, but not because of Pete. There's something very creepy about this dusty visitor center. Or maybe it's just that you're car sick. The road through the Lone Star National Park was bumpy and rattled. Anything there's no partner around here anymore, you add? It's full of rattlesnakes now, and that's why people call it Snakebite Canyon, not Panther Canyon, because I guess snakebite sounds deadlier than a gigantic panther coming at you. Pete shrugs and wanders over to your parents. They're stocking up on camping supplies. You're beginning to wonder if spending an entire week in the park is such a great idea. Then you glance into the dusty old glass display case. Awesome. It's filled with snake skulls, real Indian, Native American,
thanks for the correction.
And cool looking rocks. Yeah, I got an igneous rock. What's up?
Oh, wow. This guy's a nerd.
In the middle of the case is a hairless old head. The skin is cracked and wrinkled all over. It looks like a mummified head. It must be 1,000 years old. The head grins. Can I help you? It asks. Turn to page 2.
I choose to turn to page 2. Am I doing good?
Yes, you're doing good. Oh, we lost.
No!
It just says you lose. You gasp. The head rises. It's not a mummy after all. It's the old shopkeep. What? He was staring at you from inside the glass case. Scared of wild animals, are you? The shopkeeper crackles. Yeah, that's literally what it says. Crackles. What?
What? That's so weird.
Or cackles, crackles.
Let's call it a typo. Yeah, that's
my
it.
Pretties.
That's exactly what they wanted.
I have something that might help you. He holds out a box with a pair of balls inside.
A pair of balls?
A pair of balls.
Oh man, I do not like where this is going.
He holds out a box with a pair of little balls inside. They look like marbles.
No, thank you. Can I call child services? Is there a policeman nearby?
He stops you. These are snake eyes. He winks. Magic snake eyes. Right, you murmur with a weak grin. The old guy is crazy. You're about to turn away, then you glance at the snake eyes again. They're glowing.
Uh-oh.
I feel like these are like the magic ball things that David Bowie has in Labyrinth. Like they're really
I've never seen Labyrinth. I've only watched parodies of Labyrinth.
Okay,
so I
but
feel
you know,
I,
like in the parodies, like they have like the ball thing.
Yes, yeah. I feel like I get the vibe, but I'm always shamed when I tell people that I never watched Labyrinth.
You should try that. It's worth the watch. Actually, yeah.
Okay, I will put that on the list.
If not, I'll totally switch my answer from Ready Player One to Labyrinth because I'd be down to watch Labyrinth.
Actually, maybe might do that.
Whoa, maybe the snake eyes really are magic. Oh my god, I'm gonna start butchering Native American names.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Go ahead.
The Quizot Indians. It's
the what Indians?
Queezot. Quasi?
Quizzo? No.
We're going to spend the whole episode trying to figure it out.
They love quizzes, so it's the Quizzo.
Sounds like a bunch of old people. Knew how to use these magic eyes, the shopkeeper goes. You just rub them off and poof. What?
So this old man hands me a pair of balls, and he wants me to rub them. I do not like where this is going. R.L. Stein, check yourself.
You turn into an animal, say a bear is chasing you, while you just rub the eyes and turn into a bird and fly away. The transformation lasts for 1,000 heartbeats. How do you measure heartbeats?
Yeah, how long is that? So if my adrenaline is pumping, it runs out faster?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I don't like this. This is
what
bad.
What if you turn into an animal? Does that count? Like, say you turn into a dog, they have like a faster heartbeat?
Oh, that's interesting. I would have these kinds of questions to this guy. But like, excuse me, I understand you're telling me that there's magic in the world. Can you please explain the rules to me so I can get the most out of this? He wanted you to rub his balls.
Yeah, that's where you were. He wants you to grab his balls. You're thinking that sounds like a pretty good idea. You're sort of scared of bears. Besides, wouldn't it be cool if the eyes really worked? You might just buy them after all. Then you notice the price tag. It's almost all the money you got. Are they worth it? So let's say you're 12 years old. How much money do you think you have in your pocket?
Probably like $5. That's worth it.
That's all the money you have.
$5 for some magic eyes? I'm good.
Okay, so I gotta turn to page 4. They're a little expensive, you mumble. The old man shrugs. Well, how about a magic map then?
Ooh.
I feel like this is where it leads you to the windowless van of shame.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, do we get treasure, or is it just like a scavenger hunt to nowhere?
Yeah.
Or is it a scavenger hunt to like find yourself? I'm down with that.
He points to an old paper scroll in the display case. The label says "Map to Lost Gold Mine." Well, that's a convenient map.
Yeah, that's great. It's not lost if there's a map to it.
Well, wait a second. How can the mine be lost, you protest? It's right on that map.
Oh man, me and this kid. I am this kid.
The old man bends towards you. That's not why it's called lost, he whispers. It's called lost because no one who goes in there ever comes out again. You swallow hard. Really? Really, he nods. It's guarded by ancient magic, but they say there's enough gold pile in those mines to buy this whole state out of bankruptcy. If you want to pass all the magic tests, a gold mine protected by ancient magic, or a pair of snake eyes that turn humans into animals. You don't have enough money to buy both. Which would you rather have? So would you rather buy the balls or the map?
You know what? I feel like this old man really sold me on rubbing his balls. So let's go with that.
Okay, are you ready to grab some old wrinkly snake eyeballs?
I'm so ready. I feel like I already made a bad choice.
I feel like this is like a PSA video. Hey, if a man offers you ancient, wrinkly, like, snake eyeballs, don't take them. Stranger danger.
Please do not take them. Yeah. Bad things will happen. Unless good things happen. Then go ahead and rub an old man's balls.
You decide to buy the snake eyes. They probably won't work, but they look really cool. Outside, you show the box to Pete. I hope you get some snake eyes for your own, you say, with a smirk. Snake eyes? What for? G.I. Joe. Sorry, I had to make that joke. You take off the lid. They're magic. So when a big bear comes into our camp tonight, I'm going to turn into a bird and fly away. You're going to be bear food. Magic eyes. Yeah, right, Pete snorts. You hold up the eyes. Look, they're glowing. That's just the sun, stupid, Pete argues. You inspect the eyes more closely. Well, they're glowing before, weren't they? Then you see a piece of paper folded up tightly in the box. You open it. It's covered with tiny writing. You can hardly read it. You scan the first word, and chills go down your spine. I got to turn to page 135.
Uh-oh. What's coming?
More reading. Oh, God, it's like really at the end of this book.
Oh, no. I don't like that. That's too scary.
Are you ready to hear what it says?
Yeah.
It says, warning, these eyes were stolen from a magic rattlesnake. What?
How could you steal some snake's eyes? Wouldn't it, like, die afterwards?
Now, I want to know who wrote this warning. It clearly he knew that it's a magic rattlesnake.
It's for, they had their bad experience with the eyes, and they're like, you know what? This opportunity is too good to pass up. Let me add this warning label for the next guy, but I'm not going to throw them out.
Hopefully it's not a 12-year-old boy, because that would be stupid.
But it'll make a good episode of Goosebumps.
Yes, and then he turns around and the whole general store is gone. Pete yanks the paper from your hands. He reads in a low voice that's supposed to sound scary. The snakes could turn into any animal with a blink of its magic eyes. Ooh, I'm scared, Pete wails. Give that back, you shout, grabbing for the paper. Pete whips it away and keeps reading. It could become a field mouse, crawl through the smallest hole. You could see for miles with the sharp eyes of an owl. This is so dorky. Shut up, Pete, you yell. Give it back. Wait, it gets better. He laughs, keeps reading. One day, a brave eagle plucked out the snake eyes. He gave it to the Quizot Indians for centuries. The Quizots used the eyes to change themselves into animals. Now you have the power to transform yourself, but the magic carries a price.
Uh-oh.
You snatch the paper from Pete's hands. Pete shaking his head. No kidding, there's a price. How much did you pay for these eyes, sucker? You think they're cool, you mutter. You fold up the paper and tuck it into your pocket. Just then your mom walks up. Ready, campers? She asks. Oh, God, I hate this mom.
I do not like her. Also, like, as a kid, I feel like I would be swindled very easily. Like, I'm glad I'm not a kid nowadays, because my social security number would be online in a second.
There was this one time when I went down to Chinatown in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
And I accidentally was holding out some money, and, like, literally, like, this little old, like, shopkeep lady came and started trying to sell me Yu-Gi-Oh cards that were fake.
Did you buy them?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good choice. I bought so many fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards, dude.
I love, like, my fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I still have a bunch, and a bunch of them
really?
are, like, in Japanese. Yeah. Because they look stupid.
I love that they have, like, 1,000,000 attack. Like, I have a nephew, and he was showing me some Pokemon cards, and he was like, look, are these good? I can't tell. And it was Charizard, but he had, like, 1,000,000 attack. And I was like, that's fake. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's fake.
My favorite are, like, the ones that are supposed to be, like, holographic, but they literally look so terrible. Like, that is, like, a whole conversation I could easily have about how awful, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards get when they're fake.
Okay, I think we should save that for, you know what? Make a YouTube channel dedicated to fake Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards.
I feel like also the mom over here is the person that would cut all the crust off your peanut butter and jelly sandwich before giving it to you, just so you don't, like, get the gluten.
Get the gluten? Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yeah.
Beware gluten.
It's evil. It'll attack you.
You know what? That's the next R.L. Stine book that he's working on.
Actually, there was a video that he did where it was a Funny or Die video, I believe, or College Humor, where he was making millennial, like, scary stories. One of them was about gluten.
No way. Really?
Yeah, like, he was, like, reading off, like, this is the list of my new Goosebumps books. The gluten that ate everyone. Something like that. It was something... I have to go find that clip because it's hilarious.
Do it, and then send it to me.
You climb all into the car and head for the campsite. You're staying at the Quizot Basin. Oh my God. There are picnic tables, cooking grills, and a metal box where you can lock up your food. The boxes are marked bear-proof. Awesome! You and Pete set out the tent, and you'll be sharing. And the minute he wanders off, you look for the firewood, you crawl inside. You unfold the paper that came with the snake eyes and keep reading. Legend says the rattlesnake still searches for its eyes. It roams the Quasar basin and hills, and it burns with anger, planning a terrible revenge for the thief who stole its eyes. The thief who has its eyes, you think? Why, that would be moi?
I just wrote down bear-proof box just in case I need it for later. I feel like I'm going to turn into a small animal and like need to crawl into a safe place, and that's where I'm going to go first.
I feel like this is also like D&D. Like, just you have to roll your initiative.
Oh my god, yes. I love D&D. So it makes me feel like I'm playing as like, oh my god, what's the shape-changing class where you can turn into animals?
You mean a druid?
I think druid, yes.
Druid can turn into a bear. I know.
Okay, then druid, yes.
I'm literally DMing a game where a guy's a druid and he turned into a bear and an octopus, so...
Good. So yes, druid.
Yes. You shake your head. It's a dumb story about a mean, blind rattlesnake that hangs around the area where you happen to be camping with your family, looking for the person who has its eyes. When you get into your sleeping bag that night, you make sure it's completely empty. Not because of the legend or anything, it's just common sense that you'd be camping in the wilderness. Yeah, that's it. A little while later, Pete snores so loud that you wake up. You sit up and your eyes widen with surprise. There's something glowing near your feet. It's coming from your jeans, which are folded and laying on your pack. The snake eyes you glow... Wow, that's a weird sentence.
My balls are glowing from within my jeans. Is that what just happened?
Yeah, the glow is showing clear through the pockets. You wiggle into your jeans and roll out onto the small tent. You pull the snake eyes from your pocket. They're hot like marbles left in the sun. You hold one up to your eyes for a closer look. You can't believe what you see. Turn to page 86. There's like no choices right now. This is weird.
I was just going to say that. I was like, I feel like I made one choice and it must be a great choice because we haven't had to make any.
It's as if movie was pulling inside the eye. You see a falcon flying in the moonlight. It circles high above the earth. You peer in the other eye. This one shows a big black bear huffing and snorting as it ambles into the hilly trail. The shopkeeper said that if you rubbed the eyes, you would turn into an animal. You're beginning to believe him. You might give it a try. But which eye should you rub? What's better, a falcon or a bear?
I feel like I'm gonna rub the falcon because bear's too dangerous. Like a bear, people might attack you or think that, you're trying to attack them. Whereas a falcon, you can just like fly in the air and have a great time.
But as a bear, you get to steal them picnic baskets.
Man, that is a good point.
And I feel like as a falcon, the first thing's gonna happen is you're gonna fly up into the sky. And you get shot by a hunter. Like, yep.
Oh no.
It's like it's duck hunt.
That hunter must be a good shot to catch me.
He's just playing duck hunt.
Or like worse, I don't know how to fly and I'm just like walking on the ground.
So you're ready to be a falcon?
I'm so ready to become a falcon. Falcon punch.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I want to be a bird like Captain Falcon, you think? Because he's an idiot. You rub the glass eye, showing the falcon. A strange tingling starts into your stomach. Soon you feel itchy all over. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. You look down and see why you're itching. There are feathers sprouting out of your body, and you're shrinking. Your jeans and pajamas fall off. You watch your feet turn into claws. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all. You try to scream for help, but the sound that comes out is a screech. Caw! Caw! And it's coming out of your beak.
I thought I would be a talking bird. You see, this is not fair. R.L. Stine did not give me all of the options.
No, he didn't. You're a falcon. This has to be a dream, you realize. You try to pinch yourself, but you flap your wings instead. It's no dream. Oh my god.
I'm a falcon. That's my falcon voice.
Okay. Your internal falcon voice?
Falcon ho! I say things like that because I'm a falcon now and I'm cooler than everyone.
You speak in the third person? The falcon senses danger. Falcon away!
Falcon up and away!
To the Falcon Mobile, it's just like a little toy car that you like roll yourself on.
Hey, that's when I need to travel on the ground. Oh, the Falcon sub? Oh my god, this is great.
The Falcon helicopter, like a Falcon flying. Because I was talking to my friend today about, like, I really wanted in Infinity Wars Thanos coming in on his Thanos helicopter, like in the comic books.
I think that would be great.
Because it literally has Thanos on the side of the helicopter. I think that would be amazing.
You should pitch that to Disney. That would be great. That would be hilarious.
You scoop up the eyes in your sharp beak. What if you eat them? What? That's stupid.
That's a weird place for. Well, here's a science fact for you. Falcons don't have pockets.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You did not. I know. I watch a lot of National Geographic, so I figured I would let you know.
1 in every 3 falcons don't have pockets.
I actually started a nonprofit for Falcon Pockets, so be sure to plug that at the end.
I feel like the people that used to come to schools with the falcons, they just had little pockets and like little like blue jeans. I'd donate to that foundation.
Okay, Blue Jean Falcons. That's the name of the foundation.
No, that also sounds like the name to like a country western album.
Oh my god, that is wonderful. I love my Blue Jean Falcons. I'm ready. Blue Jean Falcons, baby.
Oh, that's also the name of the band. That's like their first, like, that, you know how like some bands
have self-titled album, yeah.
Yeah, self-titled album. You peer down at your feathered falcon body. You know what you're going to do next. You're going to fly. Caw-caw! You flap your wings like crazy. You feel yourself lift into the air. You open your eyes. Your campsite is yards below you. You realize there's no holding back. For a second, you have to stick a sick, sinking feeling. You're falling. Then your wings stretch out and you catch the air. Instead of falling, you're soaring up, up, up. The tents in your parents' car are far below. They look like toys. But with your keen falcon eyes, with your elf eyes as well, you can make out every detail. You wing along through the... There's like a lot of weird tongue twisters in this. Yeah.
What was it? Flying... A sick, sinking feeling. That's what it was.
Sick, sinking
That's
feeling.
Hard to say.
All of a sudden, that funny tingling in your stomach comes back. Uh-oh. You're turning back into a human. You're about a mile above the ground. Now what?
Wait. That's it? Is that how long 1,000 heartbeats is?
I guess for a bird. I don't know how long a bird heartbeat is.
Man, that sucks.
It's by 1,000 heartbeats. Remember that's clearly like... It's scientifically proven.
R.L. Stein, I'm going to look it up online. And if you're wrong, I'm going to tweet at you.
How many heartbeats does a falcon have?
I'm going to tweet at you to say I'm disappointed in you, sir.
Your heart pounds in your feathered chest as you flap your wings. Why are you changing back so soon? Then you remember, according to the shopkeep, the transformation only lasts for 1,000 heartbeats. A falcon heart must beat really fast. Than humans. It's a good thing you still have bird vision. You see a mountain ledge ahead. Maybe you can reach it just before you lose all your feathers. There's also a winding river below. Maybe you should head that way. If you turn into a human in midair, the water might break your fall.
Ooh, this is hard.
To head for the mountain ledge, flap to page 101. To land in the river, dive to page 37. I feel like both of these you're trapped because you can either fall to your death, fall into a river.
Yeah. Well, I think in the mountain ledge, I might not be able to climb down as a human. Like if I'm not good at hiking or something.
Or it's gonna be like 127 hours where you have to like.
I might get eaten by a bear or something.
Well, then you punch. It's gonna be like the Revenant. You're gonna fight a bear.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the river. That is my final answer.
You're gonna go for the river?
Yeah, I think I trust this little boy can swim.
With your noodle arms, got it.
With my newfound noodle arms.
Like every time like you transform, you keep like one part of the animal, so by the end like you're like a Cronenberg creation.
I would love that.
Kill me.
Can I keep the beak? That's what I would choose. Not the wings. I would keep the beak.
And just like I don't have to open up cans of. I wish I could open up this can of pudding. You peck at it. It's open.
Exactly. I can eat food off the floor. I can do whatever I want. It's so convenient.
I'm a bird now. I feel like then, when medical science can't figure out why you have a beak, it's going to be even funnier.
I would become famous. I'd be on Conan O'Brien, and I'd be like, caw, caw. It'd be a great interview.
Yeah, and then you get your own TV show on like TLC. The real Birdman.
The real Birdman. And it's like my wife's like, hey, honey, how was work? Caw.
And then like the house is in a tree. It's just a gigantic nest.
And then the son's like, Dad, do you love me? Caw.
Thanks, Dad.
And you'll never know if it was a yes or a no.
Oh my god, I feel like this would be like the best show ever. Or it would be like a drama, and it's like, that's not my egg. Whose child is that?
Oh man, I can't wait. I want to see this at least as a bit on Rick and Morty or something.
Oh, Bird Person, yeah. Well, actually, isn't there a like Cyber Bird Person now? So.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Rick and Morty coming back this week. If this is released this week, if not,
I think it is.
Yeah, it is this week. But I'm saying if this episode, when it's finished recording, and I send it, so future people curse you. Oh, speaking of that, I got to see the Rickmobile at Comic-Con.
Oh, awesome! I was gonna go see it because it was in Brooklyn, but then I decided not to because there was like 1 million people there.
It was funny. Like, did you ever see the tweet where the Rickmobile was trying to hook up with the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
I saw. It was great.
I would just be like, "This is beautiful."
That's what season 4 is about. They just followed the Rickmobile with a camera, and they're like, "This is season 4."
It's like the apocalypse. People are just trying to like grab onto Rick. Free him! You dive for the river. As you spread or speed towards it, you feel your wings turning into arms. Your feathers are failing you. But like, curse you, feathers!
My feathers will save me. I believe in magic and my willpower.
By the time you are over the river, you're not flying anymore, you're just falling. You tumble out of the sky, smack against the water. Ouch.
I can't just falcon punch the water.
No. Everything goes silent as you plunge underwater. Then you struggle to the surface. You pop up coughing and gasping. You shake the water out of your eyes and glance around. The high canyon walls rise up on both sides. The cold river is rushing downstream. It's a good thing you can swim. Then you hear a loud roaring sound. The current picks up. As you round the canyon wall, you gasp. Just as the worst rapids you've ever seen, jagged rocks rise out of the boiling white water, and you're rushing towards them like a freight train.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to survive this, and then I'm going to write a book about it.
Fantastic beasts and where to find them.
I like to think that this is all things that actually happen to R.L. Stein.
I can believe
He just
that.
lived like a very, crazy life.
I would actually read a book like that. Then you realize something even worse. In all that coughing and sputtering, you seem to have swallowed one of the snake eyes. You swallowed an eye.
What? Oh my god, am I going to spontaneously become animals?
You spit out the other one in your hand. Then you feel around your mouth with your tongue. Yep, it's gone.
This is crazy.
But there's no time to worry about that. You're still hurling towards the rapids. You look into the remaining snake eye. It's glowing. It shows a fish. Well, isn't that lucky? You wonder if the fish have trouble with rapids. Instead of changing, you could try swimming for the shore, but the current is so strong that it's going to be change into a fish or swim for shore. So do you want to be a fish, or do you want to get skewered by these rocks?
Let's see. I could get skewered by the rocks. I don't want to turn into a fish. I feel like something's wrong with that. I feel like there has to be a bear. You know what? This whole thing is, all of my decisions are based around bears. It's not choosing a bear, and then I didn't want to go into the mountain and get eaten by a bear, and now I don't want to become a fish and get eaten by a bear.
Yeah. I feel like... So your options are, again, trying to go to the river, or being a fish and trying to meet Ariel.
Oh, man. You know what? You make sound being a fish tempting, but I'm going to go with my gut and go towards the rocks.
Okay, so we got to turn to page 78. Are you ready?
Yeah, oh no, I died. I totally died.
You swim strongly towards the shore. You hope you can make it before you crash into the big rocks. You're a good swimmer. Once you get out of the middle of the river, the current isn't so strong. The canyon walls are steep, though, but there isn't a shore, just a few trees sticking out of the dirt. Where the walls meet the water, the branches hang over the river. You reach up and grab one. All of a sudden, your stomach starts to gurgle as if you're changing again. But that can't be. You haven't rubbed the snake eyes. Then you realize that you haven't eaten for a while. You're hungry. It's just your stomach rumbling. Phew. But you're having trouble hanging on to the branch. You peer up at your hands. It's turning into a paw. You're changing again.
Oh my
you
God.
try yelling, but you start barking. You're a dog.
No.
Bork, bork. What type of dog would you be?
Let's see. I would be a corgi. I love corgis. They're cute and adorable. Also, like, R.L. Stine is a master at building tension. Like, I felt so tense right there, waiting for my fate to be decided for me.
See, isn't it? It's scary if someone's reading it to you rather than.
It is. It's so scary.
But you've turned to a corgi, so your butt acts as a flotation device.
So then I'm good. Like, I'm gonna win this book.
Because I want a corgi. I will steal a corgi if I have to. Please don't steal corgis, guys. That's bad. Your paws slip off the branch and you drop into the water. What's happening, you think? I didn't rub the snake eyes. You doggy paddle.
Yay! A little baby corgi doggy paddling. This is adorable.
As hard as you can, but the current sweeps you into the middle of the river. The rapids are even closer, and those rocks look sharp. Then you hear something calling to you. Hey, pup, here, doggy. A small inflatable boat comes up behind you. It's full of people. I thought that said so underneath this is white water rafters. I thought it was it's full of white people.
A boat approaches you full of white people. What do you do?
Oh, I'm saved. I'm a corgi.
See, look at that. I knew it was the right decision. I turned into a puppy, and everyone wants to save puppies.
It's full of people with paddles and the life jackets, white water rafters. You head towards them. They paddle fiercely against the current, trying to escape you before you hit the rapids. Just in time, their hands pull your wet dog body out of the boat. Oh my God, a wet corgi is the cutest thing. You shake hard and the water flies out everywhere. How did a dog get out here? Someone says. Try to explain, but all that comes out is bark, bark, bark. Poor thing. Let's call it Wimpy. Wimpy? There's no time to be annoyed, though. The raft is about to shoot down the rapids.
Of all the things to be annoyed by, these people saved your life. They can call you whatever they want.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
The boat hits the rapids and crashes into the rocks. It tips so far that you almost fall back into the water, but a hand grabs you by the tail. Corgi butt tail. I got you, corgi. The rafters all grip their paddles. Another rock looms, but they all paddle furiously. The rocks brush up, and the rocks are spinning to one side. These rafters know what they're doing. After a while, the wild ride starts to be fun. Then your stomach rumbles again. You still haven't eaten, and that tingly feeling is coming over. Are you changing again? You remember that you swallowed one of the snake eyes. Maybe your rumbling stomach is rumbling the eyes. You feel feathers spread out of your body. Oh no. You start turning into a bird. One of the rafters screams. Ah. She points to you. Hey, what's happening to Wimpy? You must be terrifying sight, a dog sprouting feathers. What if the rafters get scared and try to hurt you? But right now, the rafters look like the best chance to get home. Should you fly away or should you stay in the boat?
So one of them just tried to hurt me?
No. Like they might hurt you if you stay, because you're literally turning into a bird from a dog, from a doge.
Huh. And what's the other option?
Okay, so you can fly, page 34, or stay in the boat, 52. Wait, there's one problem I've noticed about this.
What?
You haven't turned back into a kid, so why are you turning into an animal?
That's true. Maybe. Oh, yeah.
I've played video games. There should be a cooldown period.
There should be a cooldown period. Also, like, if you're going to create a rule of magic, like, stick with it. Like, at the very least, the least you could do, whether or not you write a good story or not, stick with the one rule you created.
Because then it would be super duper awkward when, like, you're like a boy and they're like, wait, water rafting? What happened to our corgi?
I know. I mean, I feel like if I turn into a bird, they just want to keep me. I don't think they would try to hurt me. They'd be like, oh, cool. Like something that can change, shape. And then they would try to sell me on the black market.
We call them shape-shifting dogs.
But last time I tried flying, I fell. I don't want to have that happen again.
So this is up to you. So you can fly or you can stay in the boat.
I'm going to. Oh man. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. This is really hard. I'm gonna stay in the boat.
Okay,
Let's see
you're
what
gonna stay in the
happens.
boat?
Yeah. Let's see what happens there.
Okay, so turn to page 52. You ready?
Yeah.
You decide to wait and see if the rafters will help you. You just keep sprouting your tail feathers. Then the rafter shouts, "It's a monster!" Oh no! You flap your wings, but another rafter swings a paddle at you. Bonk!
Oh no.
The rafter seizes you. One of them stuffs you into a canvas bag before you know what's going on, and you drift into unconsciousness. You wake up,
Oh
you find
gosh.
yourself in a big cage. A lot of kids and adults are staring at you and pointing. "Look, Mommy, it's waking up." That's how my kid voice is. It shouts the little girl with cotton candy smeared all over her face. Oh, bummer. You're in a zoo. Turn to page 84.
Oh no. I'm in a zoo now? What the heck?
It's a madhouse. A madhouse.
Oh gosh. You know what? I probably should have took Arlstein's warning when he said they might attack you and not go with that option.
Okay, are you ready? There's still one more page.
Okay.
You could probably break out. You yell at them to let you go. You squawk. That didn't sound right. You glance down at your hands. Talons. You feel the wind blowing through your shiny black feathers. You read a sign hanging from the back of your cage. You're a raven. It's not so bad, though. They feed you, water you, and clean out your cage. Too bad those seeds are so tasty. If you couldn't stop eating long enough, you'd get hungry and your stomach would rumble. Then you might change into something that could escape from here. Ravens can talk, so in the meantime, you're learning a few words. So far, you can say, "Birdie wants a worm," or "Nevermore." The end.
I know. Oh my gosh. Arlstein, you genius.
No, I put the last part, "Nevermore."
Okay. You genius.
No, nevermore, nevermore. Or it's gonna
Oh
be
my
like
gosh.
Game of Thrones. Corn.
I like that ending. It's not, I mean, it is bad. Like, I am taken away from my family.
You never get to see your family again. They put your face on a milk carton and...
Yeah. I guess my family wasn't too bad, right? Like, if my family was terrible, I'd be like, you know what? Life in a zoo is not that bad. No responsibilities. I don't have to work. I don't have to do the grind.
I'm gonna be like a really old, like super old raven. I don't know how that works. So,
I want to be wise.
Raven the Wise.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Okay, so we have an option to do another ending, or would you like to go and try to pick another animal, or do you want to try to go for that treasure map?
I think I want to pick the. Can I escape from the boat and fly away? Can I try that one?
Sure, let me go find that one. I should really just mark down these pages.
Well, as you do the podcast, you learn.
You decide to fly away, and it's a good thing. One of the rafters screams and swings the paddle at you. You flap your wings and soar down the river. You glance at your reflection in the water. You're an owl. How? I don't know.
Wait, so for the bad ending, I turn into a raven, and then for this ending, I turn into an owl?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, you're not done yet.
Okay.
You fly high above the boat. The rafters are staring at you, as if they still can't believe their eyes. You fly even higher. You gaze around. From here, you can see your campsite. You head towards as fast as you can. You don't want your stomach to start rumbling while you're in midair. Just as you get to the camp, you start to feel the change again. But your stomach didn't rumble. Maybe 1,000 heartbeats are up. You figure you're just about to make it into your tent. You can't wait to crawl into your sleeping bag and take a nap. Then you see a group of hikers on a nearby trail. You could land and change back into human right in front of them. What an awesome trick. So you can land near the tent or scare the tourists.
Wait, so if I scare the tourists, I'll turn into a human in front of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much like you're just going to be like a Richard at that point. So
I think I'm going to go back to camp.
yeah, so you could be like, "Look, Mom, I played with the devil."
Yeah. Hey, Mom, look what I learned today. I'm Satan now.
Look, this old man gave me these rattlesnake balls.
Hey, Mom, thanks for taking me on this wonderful trip. You ruined my life.
Aw, it's just like, I was waiting until college, until you were adopted, but you're adopted.
Whatever. Might as well take all the bad news in one lump sum.
Dude, that old man was your father. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Scaring the tourists would be fun, but you've had enough fun for one day. You head for your campsite. You land behind your tent. No one seems to be awake. Good. Your feathers start to disappear and your wings turn into arms. Alright. It's good to be a human again. You find your jeans and pajamas, top right where you left them. As you pull them on, your stomach starts to rumble. You better eat something fast. You find your dad's keys and open up the bare food locker. The first thing you see is a loaf of bread. You gobble down a piece and there's some turkey as you grab a handful of that. Then you make a peanut butter jelly sandwich and you make another. And then your family gets up and you're still eating. For heaven's sake, your mom yells. You've eaten half of the food. Better get more. Your words are muffled by the food in your mouth. But your mother will understand soon enough. You're going to have to keep eating. One stomach rumble when you could become a dinosaur or a lizard or an ant. You're going to be fat pretty soon, but at least you'll never be hungry again. The end.
Yes! That was great. That was really good.
What a trip. What did you expect would have happened? What did you want?
Yeah. Well, I thought I thought I would meet the snake. I feel like I was robbed of that experience. I'm going to go back and I'm going to meet this snake.
You're going to punch
later.
it. You're going to punch it in his blind face.
Yeah, I'm going to tell it. I'm like, look, I have memory of all of my previous timelines, so I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? And you're going to trust me with these snake eyes, and we're going to become friends.
And then it's going to be like, no, and it eats you. And then the credits roll.
You know what? There should be like a choose your own ending that like includes all of the other choose your own ending books, and you kind of just travel between worlds.
Actually, there is a Give Yourself Goosebumps where there is a part, I can't remember which book it is, but you do Goosebumps trivia.
No way, really?
Yeah, there's one where you do Goosebumps trivia. I gotta remember which one it is, but I believe it's actually Trapped in Batwing Hall, where you do Goosebumps trivia, and if you get it wrong, you die.
No way, that's pretty cool. I like that. There's one that was called like the Circus of Tricks or something like that, and it had a clown on the cover.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It kind of like looks very like twisty clown. Or
that one was one of my favorites because what it did differently was you chose items in the beginning, and then you took those items with you to the circus, and then all of the decisions from there on were based on what items you had with you, rather than you making actual choices.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I really like that one. That's one of my favorite one of the choose your own ending books.
The funny thing about Alone in Snakebite Canyon is that this was the one Goosebumps book that I really wanted as a kid, but I could never find.
Really?
Yeah, because you get to turn into animals and stuff, and that's awesome.
That's pretty... No, you're right. That's actually wonderful. Like, we mentioned earlier, like, whenever I play Dungeons and Dragons, I'm like, I want to turn into an animal. I want to be friends with the animals. I want anything animal related. Give me all of the animal abilities.
There actually are D&D Choose Your Own Adventure books.
No way, really?
I have some right here. Let me grab them. So I actually have two of them. So I have this one called Dragon of Doom and Revolt of the Dwarves.
That is awesome. I'm going to look that up because I want to read that.
Yeah, because they have a bunch of them. So they're called an Endless Quest book. I'm
writing it down now.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now, and they have like really cool covers, and they got, because they're from the 80s, and why not?
Yeah. 80s stuff has like such great art.
If you want a really good book, you should really read Empire of Imagination. That's the book all about Gary Gygax and his creation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good. I was surprised how good that book was.
What was the book called again?
Empire of Imagination.
Okay, I'm writing it down too.
I started reading it, and I couldn't put it down until I finished it, and then by the end I got really sad because it had a really good ending.
Aw, that's awesome. I'm definitely going to check it out.
It's really cool, and I loved it, and I wish they would make a movie about it just because it would make a good movie.
Is it on Audible by any chance?
Yeah, you can. I
sometimes
recommend
I like
the Audible for that, as well as do you like Star Wars?
I do. I love Star Wars.
Then you should get The Secret History of Star Wars, because the guy that does it is amazing, and he does a George Lucas impression. He does a Lawrence Kasdan. He does like a bunch of like impressions of people that are like spot on, and it's scary.
Audible, if you're listening, please sponsor this podcast. Thank you very much.
All I do is listen to podcasts and listen to audiobooks. Like, I get excited on like the 7th of the month when I get a free audiobook.
Oh, it's great. No, Audible is wonderful. I'm able to listen to podcasts. I mean, not podcasts. I'm able to listen to audiobooks at work, like while I'm doing stuff. And it's the best.
I think I'm at like 3 months of just listening to books because that's the one thing I love about Audible is it tells you like, oh, I can look at my stats, look how alone I am. Like if it showed me for like my podcast, I would cry. Oh, you're up at 4 years. That's pretty good. You should go outside and do something else.
Nope, I'm gonna stay here with my books.
Yes, they're like my preciouses.
I would recommend Ocean at the End of the Lane. We did it on Now Try This, and it's super good if you haven't read it yet.
No, I haven't. What's that about?
It is by Neil Gaiman.
Oh wait,
I'm sure you've heard
I have
of him.
read it.
Yes, you have read it. It's like a short story or novella or whatever. Yeah, it's so good.
I got to meet Neil Gaiman. He was doing an evening with Neil Gaiman, and that was cool because he was promoting his new book North Mythology, and I've never seen. Okay, so the funny thing about where I was saying it was that it was open bar, so everyone was out of it, and like this guy, like Neil Gaiman could read the phone book, and people were like falling asleep and like getting super relaxed.
Yes.
This guy, like, oh god.
I will listen to Neil Gaiman like narrate anything.
What he should do is he like should narrate how to make like Kraft mac and cheese and be like, go on. I'm really invested in this character of the mac and cheese.
I hope they end up together.
Yeah. But then again, the next book he's making is Neverwhere 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I like Electric Boogaloos. They're the best kind of Boogaloos. Those analog Boogaloos are not for me.
Sweet. So, thanks, Marcus, for being on the show. I really appreciate you stopping by in the spooky studios. And
I had a great time.
It was a lot of fun. If you ever want to come on the show again, you're more than welcome to. You want to do a book review?
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah. Hopefully I get to be on your show soon so I can ruin something to try this. I mean, have fun.
We're going to... I'm gonna talk to my co-host and we're gonna figure it out because right now we're like figuring out a bunch of things and we're like trying to get a bunch of guests together. So once we have that all sorted out, I'll definitely let you know so you can be a guest.
Sweet. Well, where can they find you, Marcus?
So you can find Now Try This on Google Play and iTunes, and you can follow me on Instagram at Mega Marculus, MEGAMARKULUS. I just reached 3,000 followers on Instagram, so I'm trying to get to 4,000.
Congrats on that. So when do your episodes release for Now Try This? For my wonderful.
We release episodes every Monday. The time is generally around like 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's generally Monday.
Yeah, but generally Monday.
So that's a good way to feel good because everyone hates Mondays.
Exactly.
So if you want to reach our show, you can find us at ghoulisfancies.com. If you want to email the show, that will be at nightmarefearstreet@gmail.com. If you want to tweet at us, that's night_fearstreet. Or if you want to email me personally, you can find me at Suda41. Thank you guys for listening to the show, and stay spooky. Bye.